What's up, everybody? I'm ScottVordem, and welcome to a little how-to video to use or to auto-edit in YouTube. It's quite simple, actually. I use Audacity. Here it is. So, the right thing, stuff on the right. There's nothing on the right except for the minimize, maximize, and the close-out window and the clock. All that might be cut off for you, but it's not for me. So, so here's a little quick tutorial here. Okay, say you have a mic and you have a screen recorder. Your screen recorder only records the screen, right? So if you have Audacity and press this little circle thing up here, you can see my cursor up here, or you can press R, which one you want to do. But R would be faster. All you have to do is just press R, and it's recording your voice right now. See? R. Hang on. And it's recording your voice right now. I'm not saying that. See? Okay. Now say you have a mic but doesn't have a little knob or anything like that on the mic itself. That's okay too, because you can just use the slider. Shut up, phone. You can use the slider up here and yeah, the slider up here, and adjusts your mic's volume. Right now I have it at 94 and it's probably a little bit too high right now. So I'm gonna lower that down to 93. And let me check my phone real quick. Alright, nothing important right now. So say you want to add some other effects to your sound effects or voice. Once you have the file here, you can highlight it. By the way, up here is the select tool above the magnifying glass, right there. Yeah, right there. And you can do this. Select the portion. Right, double clicking on it does that. Space plays it. Once you have the file here, and press space, also pause it while it's playing. Well, not pause, but stops. If you want to pause it, you press P. Like, all the control options up here, in case you don't have a keyboard. Like, right here is pause, play, stop, skip to, sorry. This is, go back to the beginning, and this is go to the end. And this is record. So say you've recorded a part and you don't want it to be in there. You could just do this. Now I'm not sure how to do this with a mouse, but you just press Control K. See, now that part's gone. File here. See? That easy. And if you want to move it around to align it, you just do this. You get the time shift tool, and you just do this. See? Okay. So now, all you have to do is... See, that's all you have to... I'm not sure what I'm saying anymore. I'm going by this way too fast for my brain. Hold on. Okay. So after you do that, this is how you align audio with your video. Now, if you download the FFmpeg libraries for this, you might be able to extract the audio from a video and try to do other stuff with it. But if you want to make your voice sound more fancy, which I don't recommend, because I recommend using your normal voice like I am, you can go to Reverb to add more echo. Once you have the file here, alright. Now don't get confused with here or there. It's here or there. Echo is not the one I just used. I use Reverb. Echo is this. Once you have the file... That's not very good example. Let me try that again. Change that to 0.5. Once you have the file here, they hear it. That's what that does. Now say it's not... Say you don't want it to cut out like that, so you do this. You highlight however much you want after the file and go to generate up here and click on silence. There, it's extended. And if you want, you don't have to do this, but you can click on this black bar to merge the two together. So now all your effects will last longer. File here. Sound like in a very large building. The effects are all, every single effect. File here. See? I will be in your nightmares the next time you fall asleep. Okay, now what? Oh. To add another layer, you hold down Control, Shift, N on the keyboard. Or you hold down Control and Shift and you press N for as many times as you want. Now say you put in like one too much, you click the X right there. Right there. Now look, a layer adds a mono or single layer. To add a stereo, you can either do this, go to Tracks, add New, and then Stereo Track, and there's your stereo track, or you can do this, because either method works. Press Control Shift N twice, go to here, and then go to Make Stereo Track. I clicked on the arrow right there. You can also split it too. So now this is a left and this is a right. And if you want, you can automatically split them to mono like this. See? Now they're both mono. Now to create just a left channel, you press Control Shift End, or go to Tracks, Add New. Dang it. Tracks, Add New, and the mono track. See, it has a shortcut right there. And you do this. Go to the arrow, left channel. Boom, there's your left channel. Or if you want a right channel, boom, there's your right channel. Okay? Alright. See, that's how you edit stuff. It's very simple. What else? Oh, say you need to, look, the only thing you need to worry about for YouTube purposes is this. Amplify. If you want to do any additional stuff, like change pitch, speed, tempo. Okay, now don't get confused here. Pitch changes the pitch without changing the speed. Tempo changes the speed without changing the pitch. And change speed changes both the pitch and tempo at the same time. So yeah. Echo for other various effects. Fade in, fade out. This is what fade in does. Once you have the file here, notice how it started off quieter and got a little bit louder. Fade out is this. Once you have the file here, so you got quieter, and then I'm not sure what invert does, because it just does that. It just inverts the spectrum. So I have no idea what the purpose of that is. So and then in case there's like noise in the background, like right here. Oh, to have it loop like that, you either you hold shift and press space. Now if you want to extend the recording, because every time you press recording it does this, like it creates a new layer. And if you don't want that, you hold down shift and click this, or press R, and it continues to record like that. This is up here is undo and redo. Not sure what the shortcut keys for that, but I think it's like Control Z and Control Y. Not sure. Hopefully I'm still recording. Yeah, I'm still recording. So back to the effect here. So in case you want to like get rid of some background noise, I don't recommend this because this also makes your voice sound low quality than it really is. So I'll get this right now. And then Control R reuses the last effect you did, so there's noise reduction. Once you have only applied in that one area, so we apply it for the entire file here. And now notice how it kind of changed. Once you have the file here, see now the background noise is quieter. Now all these tools are fairly easy to use for beginners and or pros. In case you're a beginner and pro at the same time. Like here's your sliders. The maximum is 24 and the maximum is 48 for the noise reduction dB decibels. The maximum for that is 48. That's how much noise it would reduce, and the sensitivity is how sensitive I had to, the video skips a little bit here because my recording limit reached. Sorry. Anyway, back to this thing. So, like noise reduction, decibels, that tells you how much the sound will be reduced. For example, you can have it reduced none, which I don't see why you would have that there. 48 is the maximum for that. Sensitivity is 3 right there. Sensitivity is how much sound it would detect. It's hard to explain. Maximum for that is 24. And the frequency of smoothing bands, I have no idea what that does, but I keep it at 12. Now we can have it, now reduce. Reduce is for it to get rid of the sound. Residue is to isolate the sound. So you choose your picking for whatever you want to do. Now once you get the settings here, before it actually takes effect, you have to click on this thing right here. Get noise profile. Now it may seem like it didn't do anything, it just closed out the window. But now it actually has the sound frequencies it needs to get rid of. So you press reduce. Look at that, all that's gone. So as you can see, it's not perfect. Like if I do this, I like to do this since right here, Control R, repeat noise reduction. Control R is the last effect you used, so I like doing this. Get noise profile, and then if you still like the settings, just press Control R, and it applies them. Just like that. Now like I said, it makes your voice sound lower quality than usual. Once you have the file here, see, because it gets rid of some of your voice files as well. Once you have the file here, see, alright. Now the multi-tool is the envelope, zoom, and draw tool, and the selection and time shift is all in one, but it's kind of hard to use. You won't have to worry about the envelope or draw, because I don't use those in my editing. So you just do this, you select that, do whatever you want, select the section, you do whatever you want, and then once you're done, you can either or if you need to save if you need to save what you need to do, like but not actually export the file, but you want to come back to where you left off, you go to save project. And then, yeah, see, it says save project is for an Audacity project, not an audio file. Okay? You press OK, name the file you want. It uses AUP and all that. I'm not going to save it now because it's pretty much nothing worth saving. So if you want the actual file, you go to export audio. Or if you only want to, like, say you want to only export that tiny part, you go to export selected audio. But if you want to export the entire thing, you go to export audio or Control Shift E. And I have you choose here. I export all my, here's all my video editing stuff. Some of these are for other stuff. You can have it exported. You won't have all these because I have the FFmpeg library installed on here. So you can either export into AIFF, WAV. Okay, don't get confused by this. The WAV Microsoft 32-bit float PCM cannot be played by everything. If you want to have a WAV file that's more flexible, use a Microsoft signed 16-bit PCM, because that one's actually signed. I have no idea what makes the difference, to be honest. Other uncompressed files, no idea what that does. Oh, if you want to export an MP3 files, you need to download something that's called Lame. Now, all these links for all this stuff will be inside Audacity. Alright? Now, you can export an MP3. MP3 actually has some options here. Now, it's at low quality by default, so make sure you do this. Okay? You want to go to constant, or if you're a pro, you can use these, because I use constant. And make sure it's not at 8, because that's extremely low quality. You want to make sure it's at 320 kbps. Forget what that stands for. Pretty sure somebody down there in the comments will let me know. So yeah, that's how you export the files, and that's pretty much covers this tutorial. Now this tutorial was for Audacity version 2.1.2. I think it's the latest last time I checked. So I hope this tutorial was very helpful for people, and oh, one more thing, almost forgot. The most important part. Is my mic on? Yeah, it's on. Okay. Forgot the most important part. Here, I'll just create a simple little thing. I'll create an empty file here for mono. I can't believe I forgot about this. But to zoom, like if you hold control, you can use your mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Like look how long of a file you can have in here. The longer the file, the longer the exportation time, of course. And shift, if you don't have a side scroller, if you hold shift, you'll be able to scroll left and right like this. Because sometimes doing this is way too fast. Like if you zoom in like that much, you have that much. And look how slow that moves using the make sure you're looking down here for the scroll thing. Look how slow that moves using the shift and the mouse wheel. When doing this, look how fast that file's moving. So right here is at the end, and right there is the beginning. These numbers up here show how long the file is. They change well, no matter how long you have it. So right now it's showing minutes, like there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, those are seconds. Here's 1 minute. Right there's 1 minute. That one line right there that I just put is 1 minute. I'll show you what that line does in the... Okay, to make a line like that, it's actually pretty useful. Because look, with a double click, oh, that's undo. Control Z is undo. That means Control Y is redo. Yeah. Okay. Because look, when you double click on a file with the selection tool, it highlights the entire thing. Now, if you wanted to make it easy, you press Control I to make that line, or you press a certain thing up here. I forget what that is, but you press Control I, it makes a line. Now, when you double click on the file, only highlights this section or this section. You can have as many of these as you want. So now I can highlight this section, and that section. Now one thing I hate is doing this, is deleting. Because look at that, it automatically moved it. Sometimes I don't like that, but if you want to keep the place you want, I like doing this, copy, we'll make another layer, then copy, paste it, and then move that right there until that yellow line appears, because that means, well, when you get close enough to a line like that, it automatically snaps, so it's perfectly synced. So you do this, and then you, if you like this spot right now, but with deleting this does that, that's okay, because you can just do this. It's right back to where it was before, because you use this thing as kind of like a snap point. That's what I like to do. Okay, that's it. And I see if you want to save when you click X. Oh, and don't worry about this. If Audacity crashes at any point in time, it will auto save the last project you were working on. So next time you start it up, you'll be able to bring it back. But when it does that, you won't be able to undo, in case you messed up. Same thing if you just reload the Audacity project, your history is completely wiped from the project. So now that does it for this tutorial for real this time. See you in my next one, if I ever come around making it.